Whoa, hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice session. Well, we have a lot to do today, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I mean, it seems that we always have a lot to do today. So, we just finished that masterclass, the Julian Bream one, and that was pretty interesting. That was for the fugue. So I think for today, I'm just gonna move it right along and start looking at a masterclass for the Adagio. And there's actually gonna be an interesting twist for the masterclass we're gonna start today. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit out of the box, but I think it's gonna give us some perspective, some insight into the piece. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, so I mean, all that being said, we have a pretty big day, a pretty big morning ahead of us, so that's exciting, you know? Hope you're doing well this morning. Eat some breakfast, eat a Bach bar. Like, it's a beautiful day, so the sun is just like shining into my windows. I preheated the apartment, so it's a comfortable 72 degrees. And I think I'm ready to jump into it. Yes! Yes! Do I get something for that? Maybe my prize will be getting to watch a masterclass after this. Let's go ahead and get to it. Well, I should be fully equipped to practice Bach, because I'm wearing my Bach socks, and I ate my Bach bar. What more do you need? It's not even fair. I'm gonna hop into the fugue first, just for a read-through, just to warm up my fingers. Whoa, my voice. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I think I've gone through these enough. So I'm just going to play the last page of the fugue, and then I'm going to play the first three measures of the Siciliana, I think it's called. The next movement. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. Okay, into the Siciliana now. This is what I have. You're gonna hear me counting. Hold on. Oh no. There we go. Alright, that's the first three measures. So, like, that sucked, I know. Well, let's talk about it. Yeah, so you know, I just started that, and I got three measures in. Maybe I'll try to add, like, one or two measures every time now. So the thing to keep in mind, we have the bulk of this thing down. Like, it's that, and that's only a page long, and it's not too hard. And then we have the presto, which is a cool section. It's really fast, but I don't think it's as hard as the fugue. The fugue is like the biggest deal. Cool, we're gonna be ready to go with this one. Let's do something else for a while. Let's watch a masterclass. Time to watch a masterclass. So, let's get to it. Now, this one is an interesting choice for a second masterclass, I know, but this is a masterclass for the Adagio in G minor, the violin sonata, the one that we're doing, but transposed for the viola. We'll see if we get some insight. I don't know. This was originally for violin, of course, but now we're playing it on that instrument. And of course, all these videos that I do, I'll have a public playlist of like the masterclasses so you can watch them on your own without me like cutting them up. So if you're interested, they're there. Very nice, scenic way to start this off. I love when a masterclass does this. It's very classy. Let's get this show on the road. Are we having a picnic? What is this? Looks like it's gonna rain. And we get a mansion. Okay, perfect. Some European-looking mansion, as usual. So as you can see, this is the Adagio that you're used to hearing on viola. It's so funny hearing all that on a different instrument. Beautiful. What does she have to say about it? Woo! You played it! Good job!
May I ask you, do you like Bach? Why? Sorry.
God, what? No, I hate it. I like Bach for the status, because if you can just rip through some Bach, you're like the man. This lady's kind of interesting so far.
I wanted to think about exactly that harmony, the progression of harmony, and also rhythm. On the page it looks like this, and many notes, and
Yep.
because it's very slow, it's adagio.
Everyone, we're always inclined to show the Adagio. Like, I do the same thing. I'm like, you should take a look at this. This thing looks crazy. So, she's doing it too.
It's not impossible to play all these notes and not feeling hurried. However, there is rhythm.
Ooh! Was that a burn? Oh, man. There is rhythm. You have to follow the rhythms. I felt like she was, though. I don't know.
This Bach's music is very often played on jazz. And what is so fantastic when it's played as jazz music is because they keep the pulse. Music is nothing if there is no rhythm.
I mean, yeah, like classical music, I guess. Wow, that's pretty bold.
You played very, very beautifully, but you're taking time unnecessarily. If you can just keep the pulse going, and at the same time think about the bass line, the harmonic changes, and then we can understand much better, and you can probably understand much better. Can we try to do that today? Yeah.
Okay, so the rhythm's a really big deal here. I mean, I already knew that. You did too. All right, well, let's see how it changes, I guess.
I don't want you to feel in any way rushed how the bass line is kept. Because you can't actually, she can't keep the bass line at the same time when it's playing. Yeah. So I'm going to do just the bass line with you, yeah?
That's what the actual viola part would be, if there was one.
This is something that you have to kind of try to do, keep that bass line. If you keep that bass line in your head, we can kind of keep it in our head as well. But if you can let go, if you just let go, yeah, so there is no continuity. So I want you to imagine that you're keeping that bass line as long as possible. Now, so it sounds very much like improvising, doesn't it? You have the bass pattern and you improvise. Can you now try to improvise? In the jazz, there's a
She's talking a lot about jazz today. I'm not sure what that's about. That's very interesting.
double bass player who is keeping you in time. So if I can be the bass player, so I will keep you in time, and you know the rhythm, yeah? So can you try to be strictly in time now?
This is weird so far. We have to... I'm calling it like I see it. This is an odd one. She just wants to play bass. She's talking about jazz and stuff. It's really interesting.
Are you counting in 8?
Oh, so she's on a different subdivision. I'm counting it in 16, I think. I'm not sure what this is accomplishing yet.
It's quite hard, isn't it? Yeah, do you want your music back? Maybe. Okay. So, I'm not going to bother you now. For now, allow ourselves to count in 8, and ideally you want to count in 4. Yeah.
That ain't never happened for me. I don't even know how you would count that in 4.
Do you want me to do that bass line again? Oh, I can't see that. Can we do this? Actually, why don't you come over here? It's better, isn't it?
She knew what piece she would be doing a masterclass on. The way Bream had it set up was perfect. Like, he had his music, and he was, like, very intimate with the music. Like, he knew it really well. And I'm sure she does too, but, man, like, either have it memorized or, like, have your own music or something. Like, this is kind of... I don't know about all this. They're just doing it again. What is going on here? Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this one. This one's weird. Like, I haven't learned anything yet. Man, you really have to appreciate the Breamster when you see stuff like this. Like, he really knows how to run a tight ship. Those students are lucky. You probably heard most of her playing in the beginning, and I'm gonna cut a lot of this, because it's all just them playing together, and the teacher's playing the freaking bass line, like a double bassist, as she says, just trying to keep the time. So, the most important thing that I've learned here, time is a really big deal. Which, like, I kind of knew that. I neglect it sometimes. It's a really big deal. I get it. I'm going to keep that in mind going forward. So I'm just going to watch the rest of this today, and I'm just going to... You're not going to see much of it, because it's not really... It's not as helpful as I thought it would be. So, you know.
The way you were playing before, we are kind of lost.
This kind of just feels like guided practice right now. This is like when you don't practice and you're just playing it for your teacher over and over again. Because it's like, well, if you're not going to practice at home, I guess you'll practice here. You can just say, like, focus on the rhythms. I know you know what the rhythms are. You're, like, probably a degreed musician. Like, let's talk about interpretation a little bit. Let's, like, talk about how things are done. Why are we practicing right now? Okay. Screw it. I'm gonna open up some Pokemon cards here.
You know, I really enjoy that.
I know that I'm probably been seeming like I'm getting upset, and it's like, well, you're the one watching a viola masterclass, you idiot. Yeah, I know. I still think it's interesting. I guess the main takeaway is just, like, care about the rhythm. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll do the rest of my Pokemon cards. Well, you know, I gotta give you something. Alright, so starting with the water. Basic energy. Oh, look at that, a Sviper. I didn't think that was called a Sviper. I thought it had a different name. I thought that was an older Pokemon. Spit Poison, Veno Shock. Houndour, classic, love it. Poke Center, wonderful. Sitotal. He's cute. Look at his little mouth flap. And his one tooth. And his eye. Oh my god, he's actually kind of upsetting. Imagine him tackling you. Magikarp, classic. Good art for Magikarp. Jump! That doesn't involve attacking anything. That's just jumping. A Nest Ball. I remember these from Diamond and Pearl. Nest Ball. Oh god, I don't know how to pronounce any of these. Patritsu. Sure. Everyone discharge. That's kind of gross. I don't like the imagery there. Pomo! Alright, this is our... Oh, shoot! The Skwovet! Oh, this is a good one. Look at that Skwovet. Oh, wow. Look at the art on that. That's nice. Alright, last one. Armor Rogue. These are some pretty good ones. Fire Off. Well, I should hope so. Flame Cannon. That's counterproductive to your ability. Alright, yeah, these are pretty good. I think this Skwovet is probably the best thing that we've gotten so far. Well, I'm glad we opened those. That was at least something, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the bench. I'm gonna play the Adagio and the Soar, and then we're gonna wrap this one up. I mean, all jokes aside, we gleamed some stuff from that, I think. The next one, though, I know is going to be helpful, because it's from a guy who's famous for his masterclasses, and it's all about interpretation, so that'll be exciting. Alright, I'm gonna go into the Adagio, I'm gonna reinforce what I have, and I'm gonna try to learn some new stuff. I'll see you... Oh, I'm gonna do the Soar, too. So, we'll do that. Okay, I think I'm about ready now. I've been practicing for a while this morning. You've heard enough of the Bach. I'm going to bring it closer. So I'm just going to play for you some of the Soar Mozart variation. I've been thinking about rhythm, and not just from the masterclass today, but also just from the last performance I did in the last extravaganza. I felt that it was really loose when I was just kind of doing like that kind of thing. So I've just been working on playing it more strict. And keeping it going at the end. And also my nails are a little bit long, so you're hearing some nail noise there. Not that you don't always hear that. But I think in the next one I'm going to do a little nail filing sequence, so we'll talk about some stuff there. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting session. We didn't get, like... Oh, we got, like, a lot done, I think. We watched a masterclass, and this is just the morning, too. So, pretty cool. I'm ready to call it here. If you made it this far, you know, subscribe, all that. Give it a like if you liked it. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next one.